Your left foot is probably itching for something to do, isn't it? Or maybe you're the type who just wants to put it in drive and forget about the world, which brings us to the ultimate showdown between the automatic and manual gearboxes found in the Hyundai Accent Blue. This is not just a matter of preference. It is a matter of how the car fundamentally behaves, because the difference between the stick shift and the slushbox in this specific model changes the personality of the engine completely. If we look at the manual transmission, usually a 6-speed unit in the Blue models, it is a surprisingly slick shifter with a light clutch pedal that makes traffic driving less of a leg workout than you might expect, and the throws are relatively short, giving you a sense of engagement that is rare in this segment. The manual allows you to wring every single horsepower out of that 1.6-liter or 1.4-liter engine, keeping the revs right in the power band when you need to merge onto a highway or climb a steep hill, whereas the automatic can sometimes feel like it is second-guessing your intentions. Speaking of the automatic, depending on the year, you might be looking at an older 4-speed torque converter unit or the much-improved 6-speed automatic, and the difference is night and day. The 4-speed is robust and reliable, basically bulletproof, but the gaps between the gears are so wide that the engine screams at highway speeds and falls asleep around town, hurting your fuel economy significantly. The 6-speed automatic, on the other hand, is much smoother and does a better job of keeping the engine in its sweet spot, but it still has that characteristic hesitation when you stomp on the gas pedal, that split-second delay where the computer has to ask the transmission if it is okay to downshift. Reliability is a huge factor here, and generally speaking, the manual transmission is simpler, lighter, and has fewer things that can go wrong, meaning your long-term maintenance costs are likely to be lower since you only really have to worry about a clutch replacement eventually, which is a rare item, not a catastrophic failure. The automatic transmission requires fluid changes that many owners neglect, and if that torque converter starts to slip or the solenoids get clogged, you're looking at a repair bill that could rival the value of the car itself. However, we cannot ignore the convenience factor. If your daily commute involves an hour of bumper-to-bumper traffic, the manual transmission goes from being a fun engagement tool to a source of physical pain, and in those moments, the automatic is the clear winner, allowing you to sip your coffee and relax while the car does the work. But if you're purely looking at performance and fuel efficiency, the manual transmission almost always edges out the automatic in this car, letting you coast in gear to save fuel and giving you that direct mechanical connection that makes driving actually feel like driving. It really comes down to what you value more: the feeling of control and slightly better efficiency, or the ease of use and comfort in heavy traffic, because both gearboxes are competent, but they transform the Accent Blue into two very different machines.